welcome back to the programme here in MONEYDARRAGH with Margaret Rogers, former headmistress of MONEYDARRAGH Primary School and the present headmaster of Anna Long Primary School, Andre Goucher. And we're talking about education and the likes.
Well, I mean,
relationships.
I remember, and I've heard an awful lot of stories about children who were very scared of getting things wrong, and I have seen that. I have never experienced it because I was always all right, touch wood. I love school. I was always fine. I was always talking, so I was getting slapped for talking. So there was plenty of punishment coming my way. But it never.
Twig around there.
It never stopped me talking. Never. But when you're afraid of something, you just freeze, and people have just terrible memories of being treated, not to try and blossom them and bloom them. You know, the in Irish, Mullinóige agus Chucky, she praise youth and it will blossom. And so I think that our generation, Andre, when we came into school, we had experienced some harshness perhaps at some points, you know, whether primary or post-primary, and we would have experienced corporal punishment, though the boys got it far more than the girls. There was a whole brutalisation thing I read on that. But anyway, and we had come in, so I think our whole generation was absolutely determined we weren't doing this. We didn't have the law. We didn't make the law to put out corporal punishment. But we, I think, had a way of working with children that was all about encouraging them and being close to them and drawing them out.
Mistakes were not to be, to be frowned at or to be criticised.
That's right.
That's right.
That's a chance to learn something from it.
Yeah,
that's right. That's it.
I found that the successes we've had over the years, you put that in its place and say, well done.
Yeah.
You learn from the mistakes, and you move on from those and pick up little things that you won't do again.
So for example, whenever we were doing transfers are horrible.
And like the
11 plus. And you had to do like I don't have many 80 questions in 60 minutes. And I used to say to myself, and I would say to the children, how many times, and adults, how many times in your life have you ever had to work fast to do something? No, you don't. And those blinking papers, you had to you train timetables, bus time. I was like, how often in your life do you ever read a timetable fast? No. You study a timetable, you take your time, whatever. So it's totally counterproductive and intuitive.
You know why I'm smiling, don't you?
Why?
We don't have the transfer.
See, you've a great system. Great system. Yeah.
Don't have a transfer.
Yeah.
And all the tricky questions.
I can guarantee to pick you out. Yeah. Anyway. I
remember someone, I don't know whether it happened or not, somebody said one of the questions was, which has the most legs, a dog or no dog? And the answer, of course, was no dog, because the dog has 4 legs, but no dog has 5 legs. And the poor children had a clue on this.
Yeah. No, I always thought that's why I liked the primary. I was trained as a secondary teacher, and my subjects were Irish and English and history. And but when I got the opportunity to come here to MONEYDARRAGH, I was here for 2 mornings, 2 hours, 5 mornings, so 10 hours a week. But the whole thing that I just loved about the primary was you can sing, you can dance, you can have drama, you can take them outside. This is before we were so regimented. You just have a whole wonderful wealth of things you could do. And I always thought the singing and the PE and the games and sports and all of that, I thought that was really food for the soul.
Do you
those
visualise
things.
a time when you both could come together in a place like this and go over all those wonderful things of teaching days and
absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, you're doing that now. I mean, you brought us together. It's happening. It's happening. This has taken you to bring us together, but she's so busy. I never wouldn't know where she'd be.
Retirement's very busy. My mother says,
with no idea.
It'll be grand when I retire.
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking.
Well, I know you can howl a tune.
Howl.
And Andre, you're involved in music too.
Do you mean howl as in shout? Or do What do you mean? H-O-L apostrophe.
I mean,
As I was saying to you earlier, Tommy,
I'm a witch.
I don't know if it's coincidental that ABBA have just announced a new album the same week as you've asked us to sing. There could be something in it. But as you're about to discover, there probably isn't.
I hope it's not your Waterloo, Andre.
I wonder, could you get the guitar, Catherine? And maybe we could have a go at it here.
I would hold on, Tommy, or
In the key of life. In the key of life.
Hold on 1 minute now. What key are you going to do?
Yeah, well,
what key are you in?
who knows?
I was going to play the track.
Right.
And sing along with it.
Right.
Would that be okay?
That would be okay.
I
know the words.
Oh, I
practiced it.
I hope this doesn't go viral, because it's just... I'll never live it down.
Well, I mean, it's a good entree for you, Andre, on your impending retirement.
Impending retirement, correct. Here's to the men, the moormen, the gallant hardy clan. Here's to the men, the moormen, that built the valley down.
The fast was growing so fast that something would have to be done.
You
couldn't rely on the water supply at the height of the summer sun. So a plan was made for a dam to be made by the banks of the river Kilkeel.
And
Carson it was who cut the first sod in 1923. So, here's to the men and the moormen, the gallant hardy clan. Here's to the men and the moormen who built the valley down. Along to Manalong was in a noisy jam, with shipments of equipment for the silent valley down. And to transport them from the port our railway line to leave. Run through MONEYDARRAGH up to Binion and Malee. So, here's to the men, the moormen, the gallant hardy clan. Here's to the men, the moormen, who built the valley down. In the dark of night, the flickering lights came winding up the way. From round Kilcoon and Friday to before the break of day. The boys of Ballymorton, Articall and Ballybay. From Leastone and the Longstone, all ready for the fray. So, here's to the men and moormen, the gallant hardy clan. Here's to the men and moormen who built the valley down. The work was rough and times were tough, as you may understand. And if good men they met their end by working on the dam. But now the breezes sing their peace across this lovely land. To praise the men, the moormen who built the valley down. So, here's to the men, the moormen, the gallant hardy clan. Here's to the men, the moormen who built the valley down. Here's to the men, the moormen, the gallant hardy clan. Here's to the men, the moormen who built the valley down.
That's our accent. That is
Absolutely.
just gorgeous.
Yes, the history's there, the geography's there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's all there.
And the
it's very
richness
much-
of language,
yeah.
which I think is gorgeous.
It's definitely rooted in Mourne.
Yeah.
There's no doubt
Yes,
about
yes,
that.
yes.
You know, everything
Yeah.
about it. It's Mourne. Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Margaret and Andre.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
hopefully we'll meet again before another 20 years.
Absolutely.
Here, there was all connection to the
The landscape.
landscape and local views here. Name it's Katarzyna from Katrin, but Kasia is
Okay, that's a Polish version of Katarina.
Katarina. Yes, yes, that's right.
Well, there's a great purr of sewing machines here, and some wonderful colours. Could you tell us what you're doing?
Yes, I keeping here a dressmaking and alteration services. I used to do it in a house, but last year I moved here to MONEYDARRAGH hub because I love the area. I love the space here. And yes, that's the sewing classes what we have now for the MONEYDARRAGH hub, that the fabric was printed out by the people last week, I think, or kids and adults, and now we are trying to do this triangle, and we will use this in the future for making festivals here and yeah.
For bunting? And
yes,
so
for
on.
bunting, yes.
And the actual patterns, who decides the pattern?
The kids and the people who take a part of the printing on fabric session, I think last week and 2 weeks ago, and that some of these are made by kids and some, like that's my daughter, because they already put some names here.
Yes, you do this, this is just a one-off, or you do it continually here in the hub, or you will do it in the hub?
The sewing classes, I bought this machine last year because yeah, that was the idea, to have a sewing classes here for the local people and young people, and whenever they would love to take part. Yeah, but normally I have my professional machines over there and here that I use for my services to the people, mainly bridal alteration or made-to-measure dresses. Yeah.
Is this a tradition that you have in Poland? Any ideas that you bring from Poland to here with you?
I do. In Poland, most of women can sew. Yeah, it's loads of dressmakers and people who can seamstress. Yeah, but when I came here, I just find it's not a lot of people doing that, and people start asking. And one of the best friends, Honor Smith, she just find that I had a machine in the house, and she asked me to do alteration to her daughter, and that's how my business grew up, and people start to know me here.
So if I needed a very complicated patch sewed on, you would be the woman to come to
yes,
deal
exactly.
with practically anything.
Yes, I don't afraid any job that you can come with leather stuff or different kind of fabrics I can stitch for you with no problem.
I might know you, but with masks on, it's very hard to know people nowadays.
Very difficult to know anyone.
Tommy's my name.
I know, Tommy.
What's your name?
Rosemary Cunningham.
Rosemary Cunningham.
Yes.
That's a good Moore name.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Well, I taught for 38 years.
Did you?
Yes.
Where?
In St Joseph's in Uri.
Ah, yes.
And then St Columban's in Kilkee.
Right.
So I got early retirement and sort of regretted it.
Yes.
I miss the children.
Yes.
Anything. So.
Well, you're now in the role of a student again.
Yes, it's lovely to be like that. Yes.
I was just speaking to Kasia about, I suppose, the difference. Probably when you were going to school, needlework was part of what you learned, or not?
No, I chose the sciences.
Okay.
You had to choose between physics, chemistry, biology, or home economics.
Okay.
So I decided to go the scientific route.
Yes.
Which is a big disadvantage.
Yes, it's the all around of the...
Yes, because it meant I don't have great sewing skills or cookery skills. I have a sewing machine at home which I haven't used for about 30 years. So I might go back to it now.
Yes.
But no, it's been very good this morning.
And are there any gears on it?
I think it's sort of automatic now.
Is it?
More the style like cars. Well, you just put your foot on the pedal.
Is that the accelerator?
That's the accelerator. And that makes you go backwards and forwards.
Oh, right.
Very technical. There are lots of things about this
So
machine.
it's something that you didn't like that you did reverse and do it again type of thing.
Or you can rip it out and start all over again.
Yes.
So this is my fourth one
Right.
today. So,
and is there any reason for this is for bunting?
this is for bunting. It's decorate around the MONEYDARRAGH hub for festivals and
yes.
things like that.
And is there any reason why it's this space in the middle?
The space in the middle will be sewn up then.
Okay.
That's only to allow you to turn it inside out.
Ah.
Very complicated.
Fantastic, but it's lovely, and it's a great sense of industry.
Yeah, my daughter's here as well.
It's all right, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think you might have met Riona Mackin.
Yes, I know that name, yes.
Yeah, she taught French,
Ah.
or she teaches French.
Riona, will you come down a minute, please? No, take the dog
Take
with
the
you.
dog. Let me hold the dog for a change.
It's a great dog. Did you sew that dog?
I wish I could. If I could sew dogs like that, I would sew 100.
Beautiful. In fact, you'd think it was knitted, wouldn't you?
Let me see him again. You've had him all the time now.
retriever. I'm more into my big dogs. But
What sort of a dog is that?
I think it's a cross between a Bichon Frise and a Maltese.
pet. A wee pet.
Beautiful dog
It's a
altogether.
great wee temperament.
Is it?
It's very young.
Yes.
Only 6 months.
Yeah.
Yes. Would your generation have grown up sewing?
I remember in primary school here, I would have done a wee bit of sewing, but I remember from the age of probably about 8 or 9, I used to go to the Gaeltacht in Garntar, and we would have done crafts when we were there. There would have been a bit of sewing and painting and stuff like that, but I don't think I had any particular talent for it.
Yes.
But, just fun.
Yes.
It's just great fun. This reminds me, it just makes me feel like a child again.
Yes.
You know, that sort of feeling of just
Of
being
learning.
just being allowed to play, and the energy is it's very liberating.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Just
Yes.
to do something for pleasure and no pressure, just feels good.
And do things which are actually useful as well
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, and even if they're not, the effect I think that it has on your mind is very positive. So if I think it makes you feel better, you're going to approach everything else.
That's it. Margaret, I see you're dressed in a festive way, and why not? This is a great event today.
Great event, Tommy. Yes, it is. Well, it's the combination of Claire and an awful lot of other people's great work. The lovely creative things that are going on in the hub, and Claire doing her ceramics, the MONEYDARRAGH makers, and bringing all these people together and bringing in talent from locally and talent from elsewhere. It's just a lovely event, and it puts us on that lovely creative map.
Fantastic. And Claire, I know I had the opportunity to see what you were making and what the pupils were making, and a lot of it reflected the area here. Now you've got the people from the area coming in droves to see it and take part. It must be a great moment, the opening of it all.
Yeah, it's brilliant, and all of the people who came along today, it's their first time that they've seen their pieces since they were fired, or since some of the jewellery pieces were polished, and the bunting as well, which we have up here. It's the first time it's been hung at a celebration event, so I can't think of a more fitting celebration for it, to have all the makers here together and other local creatives as well, who are going to do some dancing and some poetry. So yeah, it's shaped up to be a good project, and looking forward to seeing the dancers and where the future takes MONEYDARRAGH and all of the team.
Brilliant, Claire. Well done. And Hugh, you've been a driving force here as well. You've been doing great work, and you come from just across the wall there.
Yes, right, just across the wall.
Yes. Yes.
I don't have too far to go. It's very handy. Maybe too handy at times, but it's handy.
Yes. Well, it must be a great feeling to arrive at this day, because it's been going on quite a while to get all this organised.
It's been 3 years, isn't it, Margaret?
3 years.
3 years. Yeah, 3 years this month.
June, July, and then September.
We formally established 3 years ago this month.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's nice to see it coming to completion now. Hopefully we'll have the purchase all completed in a couple of months' time.
Yes.
We've enough money raised now to do it, and we're going to go ahead full steam. So we're getting lots of different events on, lots of classes. We're trying to encourage as many people as possible to use this.
Yes.
And it's proven very successful. People are coming along.
It's a great trilogy coming from the the Hedge school to the building school, and now to the hub, from the Hedge to the hub.
That's right.
And a certain relationship between the Hedge school in the sense that people went there to get an education where they wouldn't get it otherwise. And here people are coming along learning things that they may not just learn anywhere else.
And also, Tommy, which was lovely, the Hedge school, which was there, and then we have the enrolment numbers of the people, the children at the first school, and it was always across the community. We had an enrolment of 11 in 1826, and 7 were Catholics and 4 were Presbyterians. So that was there was a mix, there was always a mix, and until things, the whole separate school systems then took hold. And now we're back here with our community hub, and we are just so delighted that everybody from the community supports us, and we have this lovely welcoming space that is a lovely safe space for us and everybody in Mourne, and we're delighted. So that's a lovely link as well with the Hedge school.
Yes. Well, listen, congratulations. I know you have to go in for the speeches now, so I don't want to hold you up anymore, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Tommy.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Would you like to speak after Francis reads a poem?
Oh, there you go.
Do you say
surely,
anything, or
we'd love
even say a little poem yourself? Or?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll sing
Okay.
a song as well.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll have the dancers.
See why you got as much notice as you gave us. See the way that works.
All good.
Thank you so very much for everyone who came along today and has supported the hub in the past, and we look forward to doing all sorts in the future. So hopefully there'll be more making and more dancing and more poems and songs.
Here's to the men, the Mourne men, the gallant hardy clan.
Here's to the men, the Mourne men, that built the valley down.
Open now for a hub for the whole community, so people can go after funerals for a cup of tea and better chat, and people that have been away even in America that have come home and they like to go back and remember, their school days in MONEYDARRAGH.